What up, my freaks? RuinusInsight here with part, I want to say 8 of my Total War Warhammer 3 Yuan Bo Immortal Empires campaign. So as we saw last time, a village foolishly decided to teleport close to our territory or directly within our territory. Doesn't really matter because his army got destroyed by our dragon-blooded Shigangan Lord, and our army is still pretty much fine, so we should be able to hunt Village's army down if we can. We'll see, it'll probably try to get away, mind you, and then proceed to destroy the Blessed Dread as well as move northward. Fun stuff. Now, we do have the potential ability to attack the Black Ark and sink it, which would be very, very nice, as it would essentially cripple the power of the Blessed Dread, and I think that's what we're going to try to do. So, let's do the buildings first, and then we'll head right on into it. Actually, you know what? No, before we get started, I just want to take a quick second to remind you guys not to forget to drop those likes and comments below if you've been enjoying this particular Let's Play and want to see it updated on the regular. I just want to stress the importance of that if you enjoy in this particular campaign. Anyway, let's get back to it. So, Xing Po, I think we'll upgrade you next, mostly because we can get the Grand Observatory up and running faster, although the expense is quite hefty for those Tier 3 settlements. Interesting. Isthmus of Lustria, you are up next. We'll go for Machu Peaks, and let's upgrade that village. And I'm thinking that perhaps with some of the territories where we're trying to grow, we'll actually switch them to a particular alignment or harmony, and I believe Yin will give us growth and it'll give us control, and early in the game that's probably going to be the better option. Granted, it'll mean a little bit less money made per turn, but I think for now it might be worth our time. I do have to wonder, are buildings disabled when they're... No, they're not disabled when they're switching. Okay, that's fine. Let's do this instead then, and we'll upgrade the growth. I just want to make sure that we grow a little bit faster. I was hoping that it wouldn't be necessary and we could just go balanced pretty much everywhere, but clearly that doesn't appear to be the likely case. This place is okay in growth, but still I think not good enough. You're already in Yin here, but you, my friend, are not, so I think we'll switch you to Yin as well, and that should balance it out towards Yin, yes? You need to be... Oh, you're actually fine as you are, but the rest of you are... Okay, just keep switching, just keep switching. Alrighty, let's do the same thing over on the other side of the world, and our fractured empire, as somebody dubbed it in the comments. You are construction cost reduction, and... I actually don't want to take the construction cost reduction from here because we can make it faction-wide once we declare it to be a settlement district. Or a commercial district. Settlement district? What the heck is a settlement district? You. What about you? Your growth is extremely slow, so we're probably better off switching you as well at the cost of a little bit of money, but oh well. Do that and then that towards Yin. You are fine as you are for now. Mostly because I don't see that we can really change you all that much. So just maintain harmony. You are fine as you are, unless... Yeah, you're fine as you are. And, oh, okay, I guess there isn't actually that much more to change, and you're fine as you are and are already growing. Lovely. Alright, but the building's completed. I believe we're going to try to strike Admiral Canwovale. And he does have a pretty decent stack, and he should have a lot of buffs, plus that Black Ark support, so we will have to be wary, but I do nonetheless think that we should give it a try, so here we go.
Fight for the pride! For you are the guardians of order, the defenders of harmony!
Alrighty, here we go. Admiral Canwovale, and I hope I said that right this time around, and probably the last major army of the Blessed Dread that we have to deal with. In fact, it is the Blessed Dread itself, the Black Ark, so that if we bring it down, they will truly be not only defeated, but embarrassed as well. Now, we have Vanguard deployed, our Bandits of the Silver Road, to try and annoy the enemy army as best we can with this particular particular little set of units before the rest of the main stack it gets close enough. I'm gonna start dropping a little bit of that Black Arc support, though it only killed 7 units, so not so bad. And oh, another one. Alright, keep moving away from that. Alrighty, well, if they keep wasting that on these guys, I'll be rather happy. I'm gonna try to focus down those Witch Elves, which are certainly very vulnerable to missile fire, even with the overall 30%-ish resistance that they do have. And it looks like that was sufficient. Getting that single unit of Witch Elves down to about half HP means that the enemy will charge towards us before the reinforcements arrive, which is fine. The main concern is that the reinforcements have a unit of an artillery piece, which is also why we're going to keep our peasant horses and our 2 unit of Onyx Crowmen there, and wait until the rest of the army is engaged, hit the artillery, and then start hitting all of those enemy Dark Shards as well, which they certainly do have a lot of. Looks like some Dark Riders are charging forward. They were trying to go after the peasants, but fortunately we were able to countercharge with our units of Jade Warriors, and then between our own archers and the Iron Hail Gunners firing at those Dark Riders, they're pretty much done for. The enemy is going to drop more Black Arc support on us, and I don't think we're dodging that one, but the enemy is also not dodging the shots from our Regiment of Renown as well. All those magical crossbow bolts. And ooh, doubling up on even more Black Arc support, though it looks like we were able to dodge the 2, even if not the first one, which I'm reasonably happy with. The hurt units of Witch Elves are coming in, but they're so badly damaged that they should probably get out of here soon. I do wonder how they would fare in a full-on one-on-one between them and the Jade Warriors here, but I guess we will not find out considering how badly damaged they were. Now it's time to continue focusing down all those enemy range units. Even with the shields, they should still go down, especially once they turn their backs on us. Tremendously foolish thing to do. We've also got the Ancestral Warrior Summon coming in, and they're going to do their best to distract even more Dark Shards, which is why we moved our Lord Magistrate in, and just so that these guys are also not firing. Gonna do the same thing that we did against that one battle a couple of episodes ago, where we charged all our Jade Warriors in to distract the enemy Dark Shards, and we're going to do the exact same thing here. And those warriors not being focused down by our range will be focused down by our melee instead, while ignoring the enemy's own range units to a reasonable degree. Alrighty, looks like the reinforcements have arrived. We were able to just quickly charge the enemy artillery crew, and they immediately routed. It also looks like the enemy reinforcements, plus a few of the enemy units, are moving around this way. I'm not entirely sure what they're doing, whether they're trying to chase the peasant horses, or they're trying to flank us here, and they're behaving a little bit weirdly, because this flank of theirs has completely collapsed, so they really need to commit themselves before their center collapses as well, which is certainly on the way. The enemy melee units, however, are still fighting, and we're still getting a decent amount of range exchange happening here. Though I do imagine that we should now start coming out ahead in terms of the range exchange, or rather with so many of the enemy range units either distracted or destroyed. Looks like the enemy handbow units no longer wanted to try to fight directly in range and tried to move forward, but it looks like they're going to rout as well. Ah, the fireworks. There we go. Oh, I love this unit. Really gotta try to get them some Sisters of Avalorn. Anyway, it looks like that particular portion of the enemy army is pretty much done for. Their center melee line has collapsed. A few more melee units are moving in, another set of Witch Elves included, but only a few enemy range units remain in the center. Unfortunately for the enemy, whatever the plan was here, it's going to fail. And yeah, it looks like all these units are just trying to chase down this unit of peasant horses. What the heck? What was the point of that? Well, I don't know what the point was, but it certainly cost them, if not the victory, in the sense that I have a feeling that we were going to get the victory anyway. It certainly cost them doing a lot more damage than they otherwise could have. Here come the Witch Elves. Ooh, just as Murderous Prowess activates, gotta try to dish out as much damage to them as possible with our range attacks. Alright, switch to the Witch Elves, everybody, please. Not directly over them. Man, these things look like meteor shower or something like that. There we go. Now firing on the Witch Elves. Magistrate is just going to sit back here. We don't want to get the madness of Cain, forcing him into melee combat where he will get ripped apart because he's just so fragile. Fortunately, now with all of our range units firing on those Witch Elves, they are going to rout, and as soon as they do, we can charge our Magistrate in as well. Looks like just a few more units to focus down with our range and our melee here. Even our Iron Hail Gunners are now close enough to the enemy Dark Shards to fire directly into them. And the enemy are still running around in the background trying to flank us or get those peasant horses or whatever. Once again, I guess that's their problem. Maybe with the Lokir having fallen and this enemy or the Blessed Dread generally having lost most of their territory now, they've given up. They don't know what to do. There are crowmen just chasing them down in the back, and they're pretty much done. Or maybe it was a matter of Dark Elf rivalry or something. There was a second Dread Lord here after all, and he was like, no, I'm going to take command of these troops, and I'm going to do my own thing instead of listening. And, well, that's also gonna cost them. Anyway, here they go. Now they've given us the high ground, and they're going to have to move up while under fire from all of this bolt and arrow storm, magical, fiery, and mundane. And we're going to quickly switch to targeting the enemy range units, but try also to move in at least a few of our melee units to stop the enemy from doing damage, though it looks like it won't actually be necessary. The Black Ark Corsairs charge in for just a few seconds, and then the rest of the enemy army will shatter, meaning this guy and his little gambit of flanking us or hitting our army in the rear most certainly did not pay off. Alrighty. Their main force just died too quickly for them to get around these, whatever the heck they are, features of the Black Ark's terrain. Lovely. And of course we will have to do our best to chase the enemy down, but once again the elves run faster than the Yumis do, so most of that work will have to come from the Onyx Crowmen and from our single unit of peasant horses. If it was in fact the peasant horses that managed to lead this little flanking force away, I gotta say, then we gotta give the MVP of the battle, surprisingly as it may be, and I don't think anybody's ever said this before, the MVP of the battle to the peasant horsemen. Anyway, chasing them down, and then hopefully we should be sufficiently high in HP remaining after the battle to be able to auto-resolve what remains of the enemy army, though I guess we'll have to see what exactly it does. And ow! Huh. It looks like there's actually land in the background of the Black Ark. I could have sworn it's usually at open sea, but maybe not in this particular situation. If that is in fact land, it's honestly kind of hard to tell. Close victory perhaps, but certainly worth our time, and I do believe the Blessed Dread are done for. Well, alright, I admittedly have no concept of what exactly the AI's thought process was with regards to this particular battle, or what the heck it thought it was doing trying to flank us that much, but dead is dead, I suppose, at the end of the day. And we're going to heal up because we're going to chase as well, and hopefully we'll be able to knock out the rest of these armies right after. Alright, let's see how far they go. And you have gone reasonably far. We should also probably get you some points. You're going short aim, and I guess we're going for Eastern Fires up next. Though we could get Grand Tactician if we wanted to as well. Yeah, you know what? Let's keep going through Inspired Marksmanship into Grand Tactician and go for a Ratha here, who should not be able to run. We'll auto-resolve the remnants of this stack, and yeah, looks like the Blessed Dread are pretty much done for. And get a little bit of XP on these units. Destroy Arathar, who will probably also... Oh, I thought he was gonna run, but I guess he can't. Alright, fantastic. And then auto-resolve... Okay, that was the last one. Never mind. Hello. Robes of Shang Yang gets a bounce spell. Wall of Wind and Fire. I mean, it's a cheap spell. It doesn't do a crazy amount of damage, but it's not that bad either. And the missile resistance isn't too bad. We'll put this on a supporting unit. Now, you will probably want to move out here, and I guess give chase to this little army. As best you can. I doubt that they can take anything out here, but who knows? It really depends on what 2 units are in there, but I doubt that it's anything crazy. Also, I hadn't realized we have a military structure here. This might also be a decent spot for another military, well, hub. Maybe a strong word, but I generally want to make the military territories the ones that have 2 settlements rather than 3 or 4. Certainly not 4. Yeah, I'll think about it. For now, I guess you can keep hold of the dormitory. You also have this particular market, and we may want to switch you out to the other market. Yeah, we get research this way, but... and switch it so that you grow a little bit faster. You're gonna need it. Okie dokie. Now, Yuan Bo, I was going to save a not attack with you. As in, a not attack Port Reaver immediately, because, well, you're damaged. On the other hand... we may be able to bait these guys into an attack of reprisal, and just to be perfectly frank, I really doubt that they can actually kill Yuan Bo himself, which means he can do a lot of damage by himself without having to worry about it. So it may be a good option. As in to attack right now instead of next turn. Meaning we do a lot of stuff in one turn, but yeah, that's not the worst thing in the world either. And I really doubt that these guys will attack Pahwaks, because there's no way that they take it. Now, are they friendly with anybody? No, doesn't look like it, which means we can just attack directly. Fantastic. Yuan Bo, you're going. Declare war. Damaged or not, I do believe you should be able to do this. And we did send a caravan out last time, just trying to recall here. Alright, away you go to Port Reaver. We can nearly auto-resolve it. I'm almost tempted to... if I could have auto-resolved it, I would. I feel like this won't be too much of a battle. You know what, I'm just going to manually fight this really, really quickly. Yeah. I kind of want to see that war drum in action, but nonetheless. Aldebrand Swaft. I can't wait until we can get those fire rain rockets on the field. They'll make all these battles so much easier by whittling down enemy infantry. Alright, and you're not going to... okay, good, you're not gonna crash. Had me worried there for a second. Still a decent amount of units on the field, mind you. But I just want to speed through this battle so we can get to a tougher one. I do think that the full stack that the New World colonies have will be a little bit more of a fun fight. Anyway, we're gonna take a decent position up here, and we're gonna see how much we can annoy them with Yuan Bo's antics. Let's do this and this. We have our war drum, which I'll take a look at in a second. Like so, range units, right, well, I guess it doesn't really matter their positions. I don't think any of the positions in this particular battle are going to matter all that much, but you never know. You're gonna go here, and then you guys are gonna go back here. You and you are going to rush forward. Alright, fantastic. Let's see the drum, shall we? That's a neat looking drum. Alright, now what's the damage? I mean... I believe there was an upgrade that massively increases the amount of damage you deal, but until we have the upgrade, you're not going to be in melee, just going to act as a support unit, which is perfectly fine. Kind of the equivalent to the Chaos Forces War Shrines, aren't they? Anyway, you two go in and annoy the enemy army as best you can. I wonder if we could just go and kill that lord. Oh, we also get to try out the Blossom Wind, I guess. See if they react to it at all. I'd love to if the entire enemy army would just charge us, though I somehow doubt it. Now this increases more armor-piercing damage at the cost of, what, 9 to 14. But nonetheless might be worth our time. Do it like so. And oh! That doesn't go in a direct straight line. Oh, that's interesting. But also not great. Oh well. Are they not even firing at you? Huh. AI? Oh. Yeah, wait, let me try that again. Yeah, it really doesn't go in a straight line, does it? But it looks like that annoyed the enemy army sufficiently. A few more casts while we're at it. You want to cast the Shem's Burning Gaze at the enemy lord? There you go. And just to continue annoying him, let's also do one of these non-overcast, I think, just to dish out additional damage. And another one of these Blossom Winds. There we go. The magics are certainly working for us, if nothing else. And another Gehenna's Golden Hounds. Alright, by the time they get to our army, they're going to be in a real bad shape. Ah, I screwed that one up. Yeah, that's what I get for playing at max speed. Oh, you want to fight Yuan Bo? You sure about that? I don't think you do, my friend. They're getting closer to our army. Could transform into dragon form, then we won't be able to cast anymore. Alright, nearly there. I just don't want them to all, like, blob up around Yuan Bo and then, you know, get screwed over by that. Alright, let's try that. Please don't veer off too much. Ah, there we go. That one wasn't too bad. Oh, this poor army. Alrighty, and I think you're ready to go. And go for that transformation. You can cast the rest and go attack the enemy lord. Alrighty, now the rest of you. Units, control 3 and charge. You see why I thought this, well, I was certainly contemplating auto-resolving this thing. Get the war drum in there, the dragon will be just fine without issue, I think. And where is our caster? I would like you... Oh, I forgot to use the fireball. Let's get the enchanted metallurgy piercing on Yuan Bo himself. You guys, range units, go hit the enemy... Right, or the... Crowmen, go hit the enemy range units. You guys move up ahead, and line, go out here. Looks like we should be good shortly. I want to just debuff the enemy. I want to buff the enemy. Let's go for the, I don't know, let's say melee attack, just to kill faster. And where are you? Cast your Searing Doom on these guys. Looks good to me. Long Marauders, get in there. Looks like the Crowmen are doing good work. Enemy Lord is done for. Let's X marks the spot. If I can find him. There we go, X marks the spot, will kill you. There we go. Like I said, should have been quite auto-resolvable. Alright, and we're pretty much done here. I should have activated the drum buff earlier. Anyway, battle's over. We don't need to chase because the battle was a settlement battle. 12 units lost, and I'm sure very decent amounts of damage on our casters. 45k and 22.3. Who needs artillery when you have magical artillery? Of the dragon and the alchemist variety. Alright, occupy that. And I'm hoping that with our army still damaged, these guys will be willing to actually try to attack us next turn, though I guess we'll see. You have also leveled up. Might as well get another point in Blossom Wind. I do see us using it again. And then keep going. How are we on those lions, by the way? 2 more turns. You're recruiting things that are not lions, but you can move down there to recruit lions, or we could just get a temporary lord to do it for us. Either way, doesn't change the fact that we're going to skip. We're going to go for the Jade Dragon's Edict, and then we're going to end the turn and see what happens. Alright, Settlement Besiege, that's us besieging, so that's just fine.
What honor you do me with this embassy?
Hence, Marshall's expedition has, in fact, declared war on the 1,000 Maws. That is interesting. It's interesting, but it's not necessarily a good thing, because if they win the war, they will have taken the Great Turtle Isle, which we need, so we'll have to betray them. We could... You know what, I guess we're going to allow the Defensive Alliance. We're going to weaken them by doing so. So let's go Defensive Alliance. Plus, it'll give us a vision of whatever is going on in the south. I guess the other lizards won't be too happy about this, but I don't see us not doing it now, so yeah. Oh, and it looks like the New World colonies have actually moved away towards where? I guess they're going to try to hit up the Shrine of Sotek next. Interesting. Somebody's ready for duty, but it's probably from one of the confederations. Oh, speaking of the confederations, we are post-Confederation again, and we have the Eastern River Lords and the Imperial Wardens both available, but I don't care enough for either one of them to actually bother with those Confeds. I would rather the Burning Nomads with their 6 territories, so we're going to have to keep waiting on those. Deserters of Cathay have nearly trade agreement, and so do Exiles of Nehek, but if Baba Yaga fights them, we probably don't want to fight them ourselves. Or rather, we don't want to align with them or be friendly with them if Baba Yaga is going to fight them. Anyway, that doesn't change the fact that we can attack Swamp Town by the looks of it, and I guess we're going to just do so. We'll move back towards Port Reaver Camp to destroy this little faction afterwards, but it's not super critical right now. I'll resolve this, a little bit of damage, and occupy the place. Fantastic. And hello, the Dune Dragons. Celestial Dragon Guard will certainly be put into Yuan Bo's army to replace these filthy peasants. Alrighty. Dune Dragons for you, my friend. That'll be your spear point, the tip of the spear, yes. You can then move into evasion. We'll want Comet of Cassandora and Talons of Night as well afterwards for even more spell damage. Comet of Cassandora in particular because of the War Compasses doing the same. We are going to also want to get Village, not Village, and I guess the Cinnabar Mining Pit here for more trade goods. Alright, you. For Onyx Chrome, and I think you're gonna need more Jade Warriors, and I know, I keep building Jade Warriors, but there's nothing else that we can build infantry-wise at the current time, so that I don't have much of a choice in the matter. Even though I'd like to see other units, we'll see them eventually. Then you should be very much auto-resolvable, because there's nobody defending. And goodbye, Standard of Discipline, not that we particularly care about it, and occupy the place. Meaning the last settlement of the Blessed Dread is now gone. You can go into the Jade Dragon's Edict as well. This guy's out here, and we're going to have to give chase to him. Bait Shy will probably not be able to defend himself very well, but, well, whatever. Go up to this guy, and just chase him down. Hopefully he doesn't have another, Black Ark up and running, but where would he build it? Can Black Ark survive once they have no settlements? I'm certainly going to hope not. I mean, it's only turn 24, so he might have been able to pop at least a single use of the Mathlan ritual, but probably not 2. He started with a Black Ark, though. Anyway, you, main army, you're supposed to chase after Azubor's Soul Flare, and this will be in our own territory, so that's fine. Yishi, I guess you can follow along for now. Although, wait, if you go into Natwei Zhen... this is all City of Shigengan. I was hoping to recruit a little bit more with you. Oh, but I guess you can recruit here as well. Yeah, lovely. Okay, you do that then. Keep going this way. It's not like you're needed southward right now. We need to retake the bastion and then hold said retaken bastion. You're gonna get 1 long spear and just to guard the flanks and for the anti-large, and then whatever you can get, you can just sit there for now. And then buildings and then another end turn. And possibly a fight. Hexoatl, gold mine. Yes, let's upgrade you then. 13k for that Astromantic relay. We're certainly going to want to get some reductions on that before we build it. You're going to want to get additional growth here, I guess, and we're going all in on yin for the. We have 1 harmony yin. Why is it 0? Odd. Oh, I guess you're switching, aren't you? Okay, fine. That's most likely why. Bait Shy, let's get you upgraded to get that salt mine up and running. And lastly, the Isthmus Coast. I guess we're going for Skeggy. And I guess you will probably want to switch to Yin as well. More Yin harmony, more growth. You Yeah, okay, we're good. We're good, or at least nearly so. Check dip low one more time, because I'm once again paranoid. And, damn. The likelihood of confederation with the Burning Wind Nomads has actually decreased, rather than increased. Isn't that a crying shame? But what can you do? How's our caravan doing? Journey time 6 turns? Oh, I guess it was a 9-turn travel, so it was taking a while. Makes sense. Okie dokie. And then we'll have to start building lines shortly, although I guess if this army is going to be busy, the other army will have to do it for us. Skip outposts available with these guys. Let's expect Azuma, which is not their capital. Temple of Kara, Talantula, and... Wait, is Monument of Itzatol? Where do these guys start again? Walatal, Spectazuma. Oh, they start at the Temple of Kara? I say we still build it at Spectazuma. Which one's higher level? Yeah, Spectazuma is the one that's higher level. Alright, well, I was right all along. Construct outposts, and please don't take the territory from Rakarth. In fact, Rakarth might take territory from them. And which means we'll be able to take it ourselves. Swell. And turn. Alright, let's see what you do. You're going for the Shrine of Sotek. I'm 99% sure. Goldtooth, I would absolutely love to ally with you, but we cannot do it because it'll make you so weak you'll get ripped apart by the Chaos Dwarfs, and we can't have that right now until we have armies in there to support you. You are going to destroy yourself because your faction is destroyed as well, so we'll take your money, and that's the end of Rakarth's faction, or Lokir's faction, rather. And the Dread be dead and not so blessed. Oh, you're actually going this way. Interesting. Now, what do we have here? Mandatory mediation charge bonus. All armies construction costs minus 80% for yin buildings. Hello. Well, we were going for all yin buildings, so that's what we're gonna do. And the winds blow ill, and your soldiers suffer great imbalance. They rage as if possessed, claiming to see enemies all around, screeching to dispense the Emperor's justice. Your soldiers have become blood angels. The herbalists claim to have even glimpsed flickering flames behind their eyes. Alright, send them all to the dragon, rather. Upon bathing in those sacred waters, not only will their fire be dimmed, but the spirit dragon will have their ancestors bear witness to their ugly fury. In their shame, they will know harmony once more. Ah, yeah, shame them into harmony. That's how we do. Dishonor on everybody. Send them all to Dragon River, yes. Alright, fantastic. Faction destroyed, faction destroyed. Oh, the Crooked Moon. I think that was the Mutinous Gits, though, but nonetheless, a further upkeep reduction always nice, and we cannot catch you, which means you're probably going to be able to reach Machu Peaks. A crying shame, that. Wait. Or will you? What will you do if we move you here, and we move you... we can't quite reach the Shrine of Sotek. Well, a shame. We can go very, very close to this army. I guess Shrine of Sotek will fall, so we're not going to spend the money upgrading it. Oh, what's the likelihood that he tries to return to Swamp Town instead? You know what? Go here. To ambush. I don't think this is going to succeed, but give it a try. Oh, you're the one that has bonus to ambush, actually, funnily enough. Also, the lions are now available, as well as the Astromancer. I want to get one up and running immediately. And just to send you, let's say strategist, just to send you to find the High Elves. Oh, lovely. Alright, what do you guys do? Oh, you're the Steel Tech guys as well? Oh, fantastic. We're actually going to... then keep you. Steel Tech and Specialist. Let's send you up north to the High Elves. And I guess deal with the Vampire Coast. Now, how about the rest of everybody? Let's make a little headway, shall we? Looks like you're moving through Pomey. Let's chase you down. Gotta get that Great Bastion and back up and running. I think he's going to be able to get away. And ooh, the Knights of the Severed Claw. Or the Aspiring Champions, whatever. And those guys are extremely strong regiment of renown. Anyway, keep going, keep going. And how are we out here? You are no longer needed out here. We should... I guess we'll move both of these guys southward then, rather than northward. Towards Fuchao.
Our path is
Alright, I'd love to retool their armies, but once again, we need to actually wait until the upgrades occur. Until we do. Also, a new technology is available. We have melee defense for everybody, including Jade Warriors, so that is certainly something that is worth our time. Then we'll do Harmonic Mastery as well. And we should also do the Contained Aggression and Harmonic Balance as well, just for the buffs slash upgrades. That looks like that. Let's upgrade whatever we can elsewise, and then end the turn. Oh, do we have 4 steel yet? No, we do not, but we're working on it. Alright, keep upgrading. Then Isthmus Coast, let's upgrade you as well. Celestial Riverlands. Bridge of Heaven, now let's go for this place first. Baleful Hills, just because it'll give us the cattle ranch faster, which means more growth faster. And hey, look at that. Our money's starting to drop. Looks like we'll be needing more money. Anyway, double check one more time various things here. Wargrove of Woe looks like they're willing to trade, but I feel like that'll piss off various other factions. Defensive Alliance, the northern provinces really want it. Burning One Nomads. Come on, let's get that Confed. Wouldn't that be nice? I think it would be nice. Now, well, for now, we're good as we are, and... ugh. Even though it's going to cost, we're going to get a temporary lord up and running. Well, actually, not so temporary, perhaps. Solid. Wait, solid or martial artist? Let's go for solid. Lean into the whole high damage thing. Is 15 armor and 10 weapon strength worth more than 35 armor-piercing damage? I have no idea. But that's what we're going to do. You. You're gonna go here, you're gonna cost us a lot of money, and you're gonna get some well, you're gonna get 1 Jet Lion and 1 Jade Lion. And I guess you're gonna get a few more of these lines next turn as well. And damn, 137. These guys are very cheap. Those guys are very cheap. Shockingly cheap, I should say. But interesting nonetheless. Let's end the turn now. Skip end turn. Let's see if we can get one more battle going, but if not, then that'll be that for this episode. Meow Ying. You want us a military alliance? How about you join war against Village in the USAC? Counter offer. Join war against Village. 3.2 now. Defensive alliance end payments 8k. Well, we're not paying them 8k. Alright, fine. Defensive alliance. And New World colonies as well. And give us your money. This may be a bit of an error, but I'm going to do this nonetheless. Hopefully, we'll still be able to confed them reasonably soon. Even with the defensive alliance. I'm told that the thing where the chance of the defensive alliance chance of the defensive alliance reducing the ability to confederate has been fixed, but I'm not sure that's the case anywhere. And it looks like the enemy has been ambushed. Oh, these poor New World colonies are nearly done. I pity them. But we are going to fight this a valiant defeat. We shall see about that. The enemy's in march stance and ambushed. Let's see how they do.
die fighting for the dragons, for our families.
Alrighty, here we go. I feel pretty bad for the New World colonies. They are absolutely screwed. Regardless of what the auto-resolve said, they are in a massive column. All their massive pile of archers are completely unprotected, and we have 4 crowmen on the field, and plus a significant amount of melee infantry as well. And on top of that, our melee infantry is vastly superior to that of the Empire. The swordsmen and the spearmen, shielded or not, have half the armor that we do, and by the looks of it, lower stats as well, on top of being tired. So yeah, good luck to them. Another opportunity rather for our Celestial General to get into a little bit of a duel as well. The last time a Celestial General fought, they unfortunately had a little bit of a failure as they were defeated by the enemy Beastmaster, but let's hope it doesn't happen this time around, as we're not tired and the enemy is. I love the contrast of the units in this particular battle, as well as the green really does contrast with the red and yellow color scheme. And I guess same with the Black of the Onyx Crowmen, who are doing a fantastic job tying up all those enemy archers and crossbows and whatever the enemy has, and just ripping them apart. In fact, it looks like most of the enemy range units are already on the routes and have not gotten a single shot off. A danger of the ambush here, and all of the melee infantry clearly being held just fine by the Jade Warriors. It looks like 3 enemy infantry units apiece to a single unit of Jade Warriors, and the combat is still relatively even, and we're a lot less hurt than the enemy is as well. And it does look like even the Celestial General is having some fun today, as he appears to be winning in his fight, bonking away with that big old maul, and he should be able to bring the enemy lord down, or at the very least force him to rout. Let's face it, he's not catching him, if nothing else. Alright, and it looks like this is going to be a particularly quick battle, as the enemy Lord routes. The balance power has shifted to about 70% in our favor, and now we just have to hit the rest of the enemy units, the enemy melee units that are still fighting in the back with whatever quick movers we have. We don't even have to chase the enemy down because they are in march stance and will be destroyed either way. Alright, looks like at least some of the enemy melee units are peeling away together with the enemy range. The enemy core is still surviving, or still fighting, but just barely. The enemy lord has come back, but I think after this defeat, he's just going to straight up shatter, and the battle will be ours. Alright, a few more bonks. I can't wait to see what these guys can do when they're a high level, how well they can mince those infantry. There we go. The enemy general shatters, and with him, so does the rest of the army. And I think that's it for the New World colonies. They're not recovering from this one. This was their main stack, with Yuan Bo having destroyed the secondary stack that they have. Lovely. And also this means that well, at least the Isthmus of Illustria in the north is ours. Beautiful. Chase them down just a little bit, even though we don't need to. I just occasionally think, you know, sometimes there has been a few times where either march stance gets bugged, or ambush gets bugged, or something gets bugged, and the enemy somehow manages to survive, even though they were in march stance. I don't mean in regular ambush, because they can obviously escape via the withdraw location. So might as well just make sure that as many of the enemy units are dead as possible. And there we go, and I think as many are indeed as possible dead. That was not the most eloquent way to say it. Alright, guys, I don't want to alarm you, but I feel like the auto-resolve has it in for Cathay. Why the heck did the auto-resolve say that was going to be a valiant defeat? Was that what it said? Or I gotta go back to the video. I could have sworn it said, well, bad result. We got 51 losses, barely anything. The enemy had no chance, but the enemy were also ambushed and in march stance. That should have been an easy auto-resolve, even if it was, in my opinion, worth fighting, because it looked fun. Even if it wasn't all that long. We were here for a good time. Not a long time. We'll take the money. Finally, I think time to start taking the money again where we can. And now we just have to destroy both of these little factions before heading southward to start dealing with the 1,000 Maws, who have, by the looks of it, taken Walletall. In fact, while they're not at war with the Bretonnians yet, if they move up northward and start taking these territories, I wouldn't mind then taking them off their hands, as it will probably be a little bit of a while before we get those relays up and running. I keep wanting to say first geomantic relays, like the lodestones of the lizardmen, and then I wanted to say necromantic relays, because vampire camps are always on my mind. Well, either way. You, I guess, Yuan Bo, are going to move up here, all the way to the stupid little camp. A bit of an effort, but we can't have them raiding our territory. We don't like them very much for doing so. Alright. Alrighty, wait, are we able to traverse the Underworld Sea? We are, if we want to hit Nagaron, though those territories are not of much use to us, let's say. Anyway, with that, unfortunately, we are once more out of time, and I am once more going to call the episode here. Next time, we continue chasing Village around, and we'll probably try to take Dragon Gate for ourselves, as by the looks of it, Snake Gate will fall to Miao Ying. She is not, I believe, ready for a Confed at -21. But we will have to keep an eye on that, and especially the Burning Wind Nomads. I don't really care about missions with you either, because, well, it's just to build Cathay and units, and we can already build those ourselves. Anyway, calling it here. Next time, move south to the Lizards, north to the Norskins, and shore up whatever remains in Lustria. More Yuan Bo to come, and more fun variety of battles to come as well. Don't forget to leave those likes and comments below. All glory to the algorithm. And thanks for watching.